Hello, my name is Lori. Welcome to my channel. We are quilters. Today we are continuing the adventures in Sherlock Holmes' quilt. You don't need to listen to the story if you don't want to. It is just an extra added bonus. We have made 4 of the blocks already. So let's take a look at the ones we have made. We did some 9-inch blocks, 2 of them. We have made 2 6-inch blocks, and today we are making the 10 3-inch blocks. Same exact process, just on a smaller scale. So let's take a look at the pattern and the pieces and get it laid out and do some speed piecing. So it is this column. Remember, the column is set up for 1 block and we need 10. So any pieces are times 10. So the background pieces, I have 4 times 10 is 40 little background squares. Nice little pile of 1.5-inch backgrounds. I have 10 centers. I am using red for centers. For background triangles, for the 1/4 square triangle unit, I have 10 cut into 4ths, so there are 40 pieces there. For star points, 2 times 10 is 20. I will confess that I had to go back after our initial video and cut more because I only counted 10 for some reason. So I have those laying here to the side, and I'll pull those over in a moment. And I have the blue pieces, 10 of the 2.5 cut in 4ths for the inner triangle, the one that will touch the red. So let me pull a board over and I will lay these out, and then I will go speed piece. I'm using a big board so that I can lay them all out in 10 piles. I need 4 of the backgrounds in each pile. You will want to handle these carefully because 2 of the edges are biased and they will stretch if you pull on them at all. And now I need 4 of the inner blues on each pile. Okay, I had to pause for a moment because apparently the day that I cut out the pieces, I could not count. So now I have all the triangles laying out where they need to be. I'll worry about the squares in a moment because I need to get that all of these 1/4 square triangle units put together. And the best way to speed sew them is to lay them, the whites on one side, the blues on the other. Put them face to face as you run them through the machine, and put this part through the machine first so you don't have to worry about getting that little triangle caught. You might want to use a stiletto to keep it from twisting, but this way I'll be able to just speed piece all these little pieces through and get it all done at once. I'm going to take my time and do lots of breaks today as I put these pieces together. So I will tell you that I did trim these blocks in 2 sessions because even though I pressed them open, there is still a little bit of a bunch there when you put the ruler on. So I had to trim very carefully, and my hand did get a little tired, so I did it in 2 sessions. But now I am going to stack them all up so I can sew them, speed sew them. The speed sewing, even though there's a lot of pieces, they're small and it makes it easy. Please keep in mind, if you don't want to make these little 3-inch blocks, you can cut a 3.5-inch fussy cut block, 10 of them, and use those. But I love little blocks that look complicated, but they are not. So I'm stacking my 10 reds in the center to start, and then I'm going to stack up blocks. That means I'm going to put the 10 backgrounds in the corners. And then I'm going to stack all the other ones around and around and around. Make sure you get the correct blue touching the red. Now, as I am speed piecing these a row at a time, I need to make sure that the center row has matching, because I'm doing controlled scrappy, that these match across the reds. These won't matter, so the top and bottom don't matter so much because I can sort those out later before I join the 3 rows. But these two, I want them to match each other across the red. Let me go to the machine and get some speed piecing done, and I will see you back here in just a bit. So here I have the center rows all laid out, and I sewed the top rows separately. I need to match them up. Before I do that though, let me give you a little hint. When you're sewing these together, it is easiest to put the solid block on the bottom and the piece block on the top so you can see it and don't flip any seams. So let's do some matching up. And once I have them matched up, actually it would probably be better to just match it up the right way so I can just take it over and run it through. And I need to make sure I sew on the side that has the dark triangle touching the red, because that's one of the ways that things can go not quite right. I'll be back in a few minutes to show you my progress. I have added the last row on here, and I noticed that sometimes there's a little bit unevenness along the edge, so I am trimming the edge of the blocks with my 3.5-inch plastic block. I'm centering the middle on the square, the red square, and look, sometimes it's just a few little threads, but I'm going to trim those up so they are all nice and even. Oh, and I have to readjust the ruler quite a bit, but a lot of times it's just a little tiny bit on each one. Let me get to it and get it done so they are all trimmed to the right size, if nothing else. Here they are, the 10 little blocks. Next week, we put all of the blocks together and make the final big block. And there's the last one. I hope you've enjoyed putting these together. And please keep in mind, if you don't want to make these blocks, you can always fussy cut some fabric with fantastic little images into 3.5-inch blocks and fill in that way. Hope you've enjoyed. See you on Friday. Bye.